Montgomery Biscuits with Birmingham gravy. It just would have been weird.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Are you ready?
Good morning.
Morning, Johnny.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of
The
ACK Sports Podcast.
Yeah. We're not sponsored yet.
Anyway, how's your week been?
My week's been all right. Rough week at work, but we're back here on the Sports Podcast, and I'm ready to fill some sports fans up with some information.
Well, how about we move on to the jumbo shrimp?
Sounds like a good thing to me, Johnny.
Sounds like a great idea, I think.
Let's do it.
So, this week, they were facing the Blue Wahoos, and that, too, hasn't ended up too well. The series ended 4-1. Blue Wahoos, obviously.
Yeah.
They had a really strong start because their first win was the first game.
Yeah, their first win was a 9-6 win.
It was
Brian Miller hit a
great
triple in the top of the 10th, and that's ended up being what won the game for the Jumbo Shrimp. That was nice.
Yeah, but he did lose his score streak during this series.
Well, hit streak.
Hit streak.
It stopped at, do you know how many? It was 16 games.
16
games. Yeah, in the second game, he got, what?
What's
he
on
went
your
1 for 3.
Where's the itinerary?
So let's go ahead. What does the itinerary say, Johnny?
Well, we're already talking about, we forgot to cover up on the Mobile Bay Bears, the last game.
Oh, correct.
Which was an awesome game.
It was an awesome game. Hey.
We should have stayed.
The Jumbo Shrimp came back.
They bounced back hard.
And I was like, no way. And he sent me the score 7-6, and I was blown away.
Run.
I was blown away. And what's crazy is I went back and looked at the box score, and Matt and I left our seats in the middle of the 8th because you were turning your stuff because your camera was dying. And so we were just like, fine, we'll leave. Mobile was up anyway. In the bottom of the 8th is when they came back and tied it. Pretty much.
Whenever Justin Twine hit that single and ran Silviano in.
Well, that was the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
That was bottom of the 9th winning run, but I'm talking about the bottom of the 8th.
Oh, bottom of the 8th.
Where they came back and there was like 5-4 going into
Brian Miller hit
top
that
of the
double.
9th. Yeah, and then when Jacksonville came back up, it was to bat in the bottom of the 9th. It was 6-4, and I was like, no way they come back.
I
already knew they came back, but it still blew my mind.
It was awesome, and we're definitely for today. We're going to a game again, and we're definitely staying for the whole thing.
While we're talking about the Mobile Bay Bears, let's go ahead and talk about the prediction that was on the last episode.
Oh yeah,
that Johnny was right about.
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
yeah, I was.
First of all,
so our prediction was. Well, your prediction
on Yamamoto's stat line.
Yeah.
It was a little different. I said 5 innings. Mm-hmm. He went 5 2/3, so I was correct. I said 4 hits. He gave up 8. I said no runs. He gave up 4 runs, correct. And then 6 strikeouts, and he had 4 strikeouts and 1 walk.
And your theory still holds up.
They won.
He had less than 6 strikeouts.
He had less than 6 strikeouts, and they won. And
the relieving pitcher.
And the reliever pitcher, Johnny got right.
Colton Mahoney, not Kyle.
Yeah, I know.
His name's not Kyle.
Sorry about that cold. But no, that whole game though, even though Mobile was winning 5-2, that whole game was honestly a really good game.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Oh, it was entertaining.
Oh. From start to beginning.
Whenever I was turning my SD card in, I was at the 3rd level and I was able to look through one of those windows and just sort of watch the game go down.
Yeah.
And they didn't pick it up until literally the moment I left. You know what excited me the most about this series of the Mobile Bay Bears?
What's that?
Knocked a Jumbo Shrimp into second in the league, and not second in the league, second to last. In the league.
Prior to them playing Pensacola?
Yeah.
Prior to the 4-1 series loss against Pensacola?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
There's something I want to talk about real quick that isn't on the sheet, but really confused me a little bit. There's a pitcher. His name's Billy Fleming that we picked up just last week.
Second base. He's a second baseman.
He's a pitcher.
No, he's right here, dude. Second baseman. It's right here at the top position. Individual stats right above Eddie Alvarez.
Hold on. Let me look at this because I was looking at the league transactions.
Billy Fleming is the second baseman, guys. Don't worry. I'm right. I got it right here.
Okay, whatever.
I got it right here.
Okay, well, either way.
Well, something I wanted to bring up real quick, since you've seen the league transactions that I told you I was waiting to say on this podcast.
What?
Rodrigo V. Hill is in New Orleans. He's with the
Really?
New Orleans Baby Cakes.
Is that why they put...
That's why we got B.J. Lopez catching and Santiago Chavez catching behind home. Rodrigo V. Hill is now in New Orleans. No kid, I'm not kidding. I checked it out early this morning when I was getting everything for this podcast. He pinched hit in one of the games.
Oh.
That's what you saw. He's not a pitcher.
Anyway, look at that. They traded him to the New Orleans Baby Cakes the
No,
moment
they're
they got him. I swear to God. I saw it right here. They must have changed it and brought him back, but I swear to you, I saw one day it said Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, Billy Fleming. They assigned him to the Jumbo Shrimp, and then the very next day they assigned him to the New Orleans Baby Cakes. That's why it says it on his profile. But they might have taken him back. I don't know.
Well, see, he's been playing. He's
only played 2 games with the Shrimp.
Yeah, but he's played AAA before. He came here from Scranton, from another AAA team.
I know, but they move him around so much. I don't even know if he's gonna be here for a week.
No, I mean he's probably not. He's probably stuck. He's probably out back in New Orleans. But I mean, he went from one team to another, so he's gonna play.
That took me for a whirl. I was so confused.
No, he's definitely not a pitcher, dude. He pinched it. That's what you saw, because
no, it literally said, see where it says second base on that? Just the other day, it had a big old P. I don't care if it's wrong now. I'm saying what I saw earlier. I know what I saw. I'm not crazy.
Now after that debacle, top 3 players of the Blue Wahoos Jumbo Shrimp Series. Corey Bird.
Robert Duggar.
Okay.
Why'd you choose Bird?
All right, I chose Bird because, as I just said, the last 2 games were really the bad games for the Jumbo Shrimp. Hardly anybody got a hit in the last.
Seymour did. There was only 2 people who really got hits.
I'm saying in the last 2 games, yeah, there was only 4 players on the team to get a hit. But out of the first 2 games through the series, he went 6 for 11 through the first 2 games. He was on. He went 3 for 5 in the first, 3 for 6 in the second, and got an RBI. I liked him, so I mean I got to put him at number 3.
Yeah, for me I was split between Robert Duggar and Jorge Guzman, because Guzman pitched the first game and they crushed it the first game.
They did.
But Duggar pitched the next later games, and he's the reason they didn't start running on us early on. He's one of the reasons, him and Jorge Guzman. But Duggar is just overall better pitcher, in my opinion. So I had to go with him. But I still give props to Jorge Guzman. Good job, bud.
All right. I see that.
2.
Brian Miller. Yeah.
Every time we put him in the same spot.
Dude. All right. You go first. Why did you put him?
Because he's Brian Miller. He's been killing it this season. He's the only one who consistently gets on the base. He's the only one consistently making game-winning catches. He is carrying this team. He's one of the ones carrying this team.
I would say that definitely on offense, yeah, because he is leading literally all 4 batting categories. He's leading average, OPS, on base, slugging, all for the Jumbo Shrimp.
Bases.
He's
leading stolen bases too.
He's 10 stolen bases on the season. I mean,
I'm with you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a reason. We said of the series, and I have a reason that I put him at number 2 on the series. But he has really been there. Like we were talking about, the last 2 games were bad. First 3 were actually pretty good games.
They were interesting.
They were really good games.
I enjoyed them.
So, and it really looked like Jacksonville might be able to pull off like 2 wins maybe against the division leaders. And it was like, heck yeah, that'd be
that's
cool.
the thing. It was the division leaders. So it's like, yeah, they beat them. They lost, but they got beat by the people in first right now.
And same thing, you know, you were talking about getting on base and getting hits and everything. You know, Brian Miller, he killed it, dude. He got hits and he got at least 2 hits in every game, I believe.
Almost every article that comes out of the Jumbo Shrimp, Brian Miller's name is in.
I mean, his streak just ended, like we mentioned earlier in the podcast. 16 games.
Hook it back up.
But
next season's going to
hook it back up. Start that streak. All right, so that's number 2.
That's number 2. And now, number 1.
Of the series. Dun, dun, dun. Are you ready? Stone Garrett.
Really? Go deep on that.
All right. Stone Garrett, 8 RBIs through the series. As I just mentioned, 8 RBIs through the series. The next closest person was the guy I had at number 2, Brian Miller, 4. So Stone Garrett killed it the series. I didn't know that. Stone Garrett killed it the series. That's why I got to put him at number 1. And as I just said, you know, going back, we said of the series, last episode, I didn't really was on the whole season, you know, up to this point and everything. So this one, I had to go on the series, and he was the right guy to choose. 8 RBIs on the season.
I didn't know.
Or on the series.
That's nuts.
All right, so Justin Twine, go ahead with that one.
Justin Twine, he's been coming in clutch, just about every game. For the past 3 wins of the Jumbo Shrimp, the winning out or winning run has been caused by Justin Twine.
Yeah.
I kind of tangled my words there, but you know what I'm saying.
I do. I get what you're saying.
And he's being consistent. He's getting more consistent with batting. I noticed that a few of our guys are getting more consistent with batting, and it gives me a little bit of hope for next season. But no, I feel like I honestly feel like I should have put him in my top 5 last episode, and I felt kind of bad because he does deserve the recognition because he's doing very well.
Right. I'm right there with you.
He's a great infielder.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You know, you're talking about him doing something on the bats. He's right there in the top 5 of most of the.
He may not have a record, but
he's right there in the top 5 of most of the batting categories because a couple of the guys aren't here right now. Like they've been moved up, so thus that has moved him higher in the individual stat standings. But yeah, I'm right there with you. Talking about Justin Twine picking it up anyway, that kind of leads us into the All-Stars.
Oh yeah, he got picked for the All-Stars.
Justin Twine was an All-Star.
Along with Brian Miller, your boy, Cody Petit.
Yep, Cody Petit made that.
And Robert Duggar. Yeah. Of course Robert Duggar is going to be in there.
Your boy, Robert Duggar.
Yep.
He made that. So, thoughts on that. Let's get your thoughts. You have more of a thought on the All-Star picks than me
I have a lot of thoughts.
Because
and this is one of them.
You've been this, like as I've said, so much more games. Cody Petit, I'm excited about. That's really all I can say.
Roxy's
I'm glad he's got a.
Roxy's just gonna sit there and make noise and not even show herself on camera.
Wow, you're so
How
mean.
rude.
How rude.
So rude. Anyway, I'm happy with the choices they made, but I'm not.
And why is that, Johnny?
Not dogging Justin Twine, but I do think we had better players to put in there instead of him. Brian Miller absolutely deserves it. Robert Duggar absolutely deserves it. Cody Petit, I feel like, was a little bit of an oddball. I know he's been doing well, but he hasn't been on the mound as much as others.
He has
a good record, and that's probably fly around me. He has a good record, and that's probably why they chose him and everything, but he doesn't have as much on-mound experience as the other guys. And with Justin Twine, I get it. He has a lot of RBIs. He has a lot of hits. But Stone Garrett, are you kidding me? Leading the team in home runs, now leading the team in RBIs probably.
Oh, no, let's see over there.
It was Brian Miller, but after the 8 RBIs, he's probably leading now.
Brian Miller's got 25, Stone Garrett 22, Justin Twine at 21.
See? And the thing is, they only chose Justin Twine because he had 21 and Stone had 20. And I feel like Stone Garrett's such an obvious choice.
Go ahead and elaborate, man. I mean, like I
Stone
said,
Garrett's
I really don't have a whole lot to really say on it because, well, here's my thing on it. Like, if more guys were going to get chosen from our team, I don't think we would be fighting last place in our division.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, I know the All-Star team can't be everybody, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's a better outfielder than Stone Garrett. Like, just saying, on another team that, and really it's just votes, you know? Whoever got more votes to the All-Star, so.
Yeah, but I know. But if Stone Garrett didn't get chosen, that's not saying much about Twine.
I don't know.
Anyway,
feel
those
you.
are just my feelings on it. I think Stone Garrett should have gotten put in instead of Twine. Not that I'm
Hey,
dogging
you're fine.
Twine. I just think he's the better player.
Hey, you're fine. I asked for your opinion.
But maybe they
and I wanted to hear it.
maybe they just needed an infielder, and he was what they had, and Twine's what they had.
I don't think it was like that, but I like your thought.
That's
I like the way you think.
I just want to feel better about myself.
I tend to think that way sometimes too.
All right, but yeah, I'm not super happy about the All-Star choices, but you know what I am happy about?
What are you happy about, Johnny?
Jumbo Shrimp being back in town.
Jumbo Shrimp back in town tonight.
I would start singing this. I almost started singing "The Boys Are Back in Town," but
I'm glad you didn't.
I don't want to get copy strike.
No, it just would have been weird.
Yeah, you're right.
We always in town.
What's today? Friday?
Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Where are you going? Montgomery Biscuits with Birmingham gravy. And scene. Messed up my mic a little bit. All right. Messed up my mic a little bit. All right. What we talking about this new series, Johnny? What we got?
Well,
Got a
let's see
5-game
right
series.
now. Right now, where are they? Oof. We got another league leader.
I'm gonna say
Montgomery's gonna win 3-2.
Montgomery's gonna win the series 3-2.
3-2.
That's Johnny's prediction, everybody. We'll put that up on the screen.
I needed to get that out. I didn't want to wind up.
We'll put that on the screen. 3-2, Johnny says it.
We're gonna keep it on the screen forever.
And see if
Wherever you look, could be over there, could be over here, could be above my head, could be in your head. Anyway, I'm seeing what the record is, 36-23. I'm not too excited about this series anymore.
He said, I was looking forward to it, then I saw the record.
Because they're, like, especially today, you know they're tired from that doubleheader.
Right. No,
They're
you're right.
tired. I just saw a huge spider crawl into your vents. The dude straight up upside down entered that air vent. And I'm so worried he's going to try to dive bomb and kamikaze on me. Anyway.
My prediction. Oof. Let's see. I'm going to go with
Brian
Brian.
Brian.
I do my own sound effects.
Soundboard. When you have editing.
Anyway, I'm going to say Brian Miller is going to get a walk-off this series.
Oh, really? You think he's going to
I'm
get
gonna
a
call.
walk-off?
I'm gonna call a walk-off hit by Brian Miller.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Elaborate. Okay.
I think the same thing, but I think it's going to be Stone Garrett.
Ooh. I don't know. We'll put that up on the screen.
All right, keep going.
All right. We'll touch back on that one. Let's see. Second one is about who you just said, Stone Garrett. I'm going to go 5+ RBIs.
Really? I say 3.
5.
I say 3 RBIs, and one of those is a walk-off.
He just had 8. He just had 8 last
Against
series
the
through
top
3 games.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a Yamamoto prediction. You ready?
All right, let's
go. Yamamoto goes 4 2/3. 4 2/3.
Okay.
3 hits. 2 earned runs. 5 strikeouts. And 2 walks.
You want to know what I think? I think he was so mad at himself from the last time he pitched that this game he's going to go all out. And
I think he's going to go.
I think he's going to make it to 6 innings.
I think he's going to go all out too, but see, that's my
And
thing. I don't think he goes that long.
And I think 6 strikeouts.
I say 4 2/3 because that means he comes back out and gets 2 of the 3 outs in the 5th inning. That means he comes back out in the 5th inning, gets 2 of the 3, gets pulled. I could see that. Depending on how they're doing, it also depends on how the game's going. But at the same time, like I said, if depends on what one of those 3 hits. Like, is he doing pretty good? Does he have like I said, 5 strikeouts, 2 runs given up and stuff? And then does one of his 3 hits come in that 5th inning and it be a home run, a 2-run home run, or a solo home run, and then Jacksonville pulls him? That's just what I think.
But I think you'll be right if Montgomery has an early lead. If Jacksonville has an early lead or they hold at 0-0, I think.
Well, see, that's also the thing, too. I think even if it's still a close game, you don't want to put your pitcher in that situation where if they're hitting on them, where they're just constantly going to get on base. Or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you want them to be, you got to pull them at the right time. Even if it is 0-0, like I said, 3 hits, or maybe it's like 1-1, 2-1, and he's in the 4th inning. Maybe his pitch count's running like 60, 70 pitches. And so they're like, you know what, we don't want him to throw anymore at the risk of him getting tired and then just start hitting them, knocking them out. So that's why I say, and like I said, he comes back out in the 5th inning. That it's about halfway through the game. So
I guess we'll see today.
Yeah, we'll see tonight.
And you know what?
What's that?
Guys, that is it for episode 2 of the ACK Sports Podcast. My name is Johnny.
And I'm Austin. And scene.